Aha! It is I! I am back at the egg isle once again, approaching you with a most pressing issue. What is this issue this time? Is it another Genshin issue? You're wrong. It's not. This time, this time it is a Techro Alfheim issue. Now, what is this issue, may you be asking, in this fine egg isle on this fine grand evening? The issue is people are getting confused as where to start, which isn't an issue. With how open the world is and how many possibilities there are to do, it's to be expected. There's just so many options. I am here to help, though. I am here to provide a path, a glowing way out. You wish to leave the egg isle, you wish to leave spawn, you don't know what to do. There's so many options, so many places to go. What is a good path to go that will be an optimal route that will be fun and entertaining the entire way? I'm here to provide you that for you. I'm going to lead you step by step that will lead you up to Dungeon 1, clearing Dungeon 1. It'll lead to a path that will allow you to clear Dungeon 1, and then from that, it'll lead you to clear Dungeon 2 and Dungeon 3 with very easy steps. Now, when you first start in the game, you're going to go to our new tutorial. The new tutorial provides a lot of things. It provides so much. It provides armor. It provides weapons. It provides the basic how-to. It gives gemstones. It gives a lot. So, what are the main things we're going to need to do? I'm glad you asked. This lovely grand tutorial is going to give you 3 major things. The one random thing, the gemstone, that is random, so we can't rely on that for this guide. But we can rely on the 3 other things. The steel chest piece, the mythiral pants, and the steel sword. Those are 3 items you are guaranteed to get. And those 3 items will carry you into Dungeon 1. Now, this guide that I'm giving you, it has been tested, it has been done, I've done it myself. That's why I'm making this guide. Over on Twitch TV/Monochrome, we are starting to do a Techro playthrough, which last time we did, we completed Dungeon 1, which is why I know this is a foolproof bullet plan to get you to Dungeon 3. We are starting on the phase in between Dungeon 1 and 2 next, and I know it's going to work just fine because we know what we're doing going into this, and I want to share that knowledge with you. Alright, so what are we doing? Let's head over into Minecraft. Okay, once you leave the tutorial and complete it, this is where you're going to end up. And this is exactly where you need to be. What you're going to do is it's going to have you come over to talk to Faire. You're going to talk to Faire, you're going to accept a quest. You're going to do as much as the quest until it requires you to kill mobs. Once you do that, you're just going to head over to Patrick over here. You're going to accept his quest. Once you do that, you're just going to go over here. You should have about $1,000, roughly. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to Rim. You're going to buy some mangoes and burgers. I'd recommend a 50-50, but it's up to you, preferably. Mangoes just give food and regeneration. Tasty burgers actually give you health, food, and more saturation. Why this is important is regeneration, because it depends on if you like regeneration. Technically, you'll heal more with regeneration, but if you're in a pinch, you could quickly get 4 health back with a tasty burger, and plus it gives you more food. But I recommend doing a 50-50 split. Now, once you do that, you're going to want to fly all the way to Avalon. Where is Avalon, you may ask? In Techro Alfheim, we have a map, which you can go to techroalfheim.com, and then on the hotbar, you can click on the map. It'll open up the map. All right. Now, once you get over to Avalon, you're going to want to go do the tour quest. This is going to be the first thing you have to do in order to do any other quest inside Avalon. You're going to do this. You're going to come over to Navi. You're going to do this tour quest. It'll take you around. It's not a very hard quest. It's literally just go here, and you're done. Boom. Now, what you're going to do next, now that you've done that and you're able to accept quests here, these 2 quests I'm going to show you are daily quests. You're going to want to do them every day for the foreseeable future. You're going to want over here, do the minerals. If you haven't done the tour quest, that's what it'll say. You don't own the adventure license. You'll accept his quest, which is just going to be mining some stone and turning in some stone. And you're going to come accept the farmer quest. He's going to give you food as a reward. The mineral guy is going to give you a lot of resources that it's going to help you on later. Remember, before you complete a quest, to make sure there's enough inventory slots. Now, another quest you're going to accept is you're going to come here. You're going to talk to this guy. And he's going to ask you to say holy or dark. That'll be the difference between becoming a holy knight or a dark knight. Dark knight are DPS focused. Holy knights are defense focused. Holy knights can be sected from over here. And dark knights can be sected over nearby the castle in the library over here. Now, once you have accepted one of these quests, you're going to go over to the guild hall over here, which is over there is the center of the town. And this is where you're going to go over here. You're going to talk to Grahatia, and he's going to ask you to select a DPS class. This will allow you to more fine-tune your playstyle based on the playstyle you want to go, whether it be tank, magical DPS, physical DPS, or support. That's going to help a lot. Now that you've accepted all these quests, it would be good to head to your race's dark room. Dark rooms are as simple as it comes. They are a room that is dark and spawns a lot of mobs. This is going to help knock out the mineral quest, the farmer quest, the dark and holy knight, the class quest, Faire's quest, Patrick's quest, and it's gonna knock out a lot of quests just for killing all these mobs, and it's gonna provide a lot of rewards. Now, once you do that, you're gonna start doing. You probably at that point want to set up a small base so you can store a bunch of loot because you're going to be getting a lot of loot to do. It's just a fairly good idea to have a base to put storage and stuff like that, a place to, go home. One big note is you probably want to have your /set home for /home in Caershire. That way you can constantly return there because you're going to be constantly going back there. And when you set a protection stone home, you'll have a /PS home to go to, so that's basically a secondary home for you. Once you have your small base up, you'll complete your mineral quest because you're already mining. I recommend getting as much iron as physically possible because you're going to need a lot of it. Now, the mineral quest is going to give you iron. You're going to want to use all of that iron and talk to Agnir. Agnir is going to have a crafting station for you. Now, what's important here is, first off, you're able to craft steel boots. I recommend that so you have a full set of armor. You overall have good protection. Now, what's best about steel sword is you can upgrade it for just steel ingots. Unlike every other item that requires an upgrade stone, which is expensive, this just needs 4 steel ingots. What you're going to want to do is you're going to get as much steel as possible, which you can do right here. It takes 4 iron ingots. This is why I said you're going to need a lot of stone. You're going to want to get your steel sword up to +15. That's where you kind of want to aim for. If you go more, that's fine. If you go less, it's going to be a lot more skill based. 15 is a very comfortable area from my experience. Now, at this point, you've done all your daily quests. You're gonna get some gemstones. If you get some good ones, put it in your armor. Use them unless they're really good, and then maybe hold on to them. Then you're going to do Faire's quest up until you get to the Skeleton Knights and Skeleton Kings. You're going to do that. Hopefully, you get a good drop from the Skeleton King. The Skeleton King can drop some very good items. Hopefully, you get a good weapon for that, because that'll help boost your damage. However, a +15 steel sword is perfectly fine to do it. It's just going to take a lot more skill. The drop rate for Skeleton King weapons is fairly good, so you do have a good chance of that. Now, you're going to continue doing this quest up until you actually unlock the quest to kill the first boss inside the dungeon. Once you do that, don't do it. Or you could try it. I mean, I'm not your boss. Optimally, don't want to do it just yet. Just yet. You're close, but not there quite. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to Caershire. You're going to go into this hole. And you're going to not glitch out like this. And you're going to go down here, where then you will go over to Eophilus. You're going to do his entire quest chain up until it asks you to kill Kaida 5 times. What this is going to do is it's going to provide you with new armor. The Hatred armor is going to carry you through to the past Dungeon 1. Hatred armor Once you get the 3, you're only going to be able to get 3 sets until later. Once you're able to farm Dungeon 1, you'll be able to get the 4th set. You want to start upgrading your hatred set as much as possible. Now, you only need 3 pieces for the hatred set, which is going to be the chest piece, the pants, and the boots. You're going to get the helmet. However, you're going to have the Dark Knight / Holy Knight. If you're doing a Holy Knight, I'd probably recommend using the Hatred Armor's 4th set, at least unless you have a group. If you have a group, use the Holy Knight. If you don't, I'd recommend using the full Hatred set. If you have the Dark Knight, I'd recommend the Dark Knight helmet more. I'd recommend upgrading your Dark Knight helmet as much as you can. Getting it plus 20 is going to be perfect, but it's not. You don't need to. I had mine at like plus 8, I think, by the time I did Dungeon 1. After Dungeon 1, you're gonna not after. During Dungeon 1, you're gonna farm it as much as possible to get not only your boots, but you want to get a good shield and you want to get a good, very rare weapon. I would recommend the Lambition of Light or the Wind Flurry. Those are 2 really good weapons. After the farming of Dungeon 1, you're going to get your Hatred Armor to plus 15. You could go to plus 20. It'd probably be more recommended to make the game a lot easier, but not needed. Plus 15 is right where you want to aim. After you get to plus 15, you're going to want to go back to Caershire, where you're going to the Faire quest will lead you to a quest that will unlock Marcus the Insane Fairy. You're then going to farm him until you can get the full Insane set. I would recommend getting the full Insane armor and the Insane katana. I would get that to plus 20. Getting that to plus 20 will make farming Dungeon 2... You do not need to. You could get it to plus 10 or plus 15. But to make farming Dungeon 2 as easy as possible, I would recommend a full plus 20 Insane gear. Now, Insane gear is from a raid, which means the boss is going to have more HP, it's going to do more damage, it's going to have more mechanics that you need to pay to. It's overall going to be a lot tougher. But it'll set you in a path to make Dungeon 2 a cakewalk, which is what this is all about. Optimability. After you get to Dungeon 2, you're going to farm it, you're going to get some mythical armor, you're going to get some mythical weapons, and then you're going to go into Dungeon 3 and just rinse and repeat at that point. As long as you're doing your dailies for the stones, everything's good. Now, the final piece of coup de grace that's going to be the most important thing ever. Go to the end, and this could be done before the Dungeon 1. Actually, I'd recommend doing it. By Dungeon 1, you should have at least 3 rows of hearts, preferably 4. That'll set you up a path to go not only into the Insane Fairy, but also Dungeon 2. By Dungeon 2, you should probably have 5 rows of hearts. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, grinding hearts is kind of hard. What do you recommend for that? That's where I'm here. This is the final tip. Build an Enderman farm. Look up how to build an Enderman farm in the end. Go to the end, build one. It's the best thing you can do. Hands down, it's the best way to farm HP lazily. Keywords lazily. There is much better ways to farm HP, but the best lazy way to do it is with an end farm. This will allow you to get HP like a mother trucker. Now, with all this said and done, you're very into your steps of becoming an in-game player. You still have a long journey to go. You still have Dungeon 2, Dungeon 3, Dungeon 4, Helheim. But this is going to be the optimal step, because once you get to Dungeon 2, it's just going to be a rinse and repeat of grind, upgrade, grind, upgrade. That's all it's going to be, which is honestly pretty nice. However, the starting is the biggest thing where you have so many options to do, and this is like a nice guide road for you. I hope this leads you to be able to have a very fun experience and a very optimal experience when starting out this world. Don't forget to check out when I stream, whether it be Techro Alfheim or another game, over at twitch.tv/monochrome. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and I will see you in the skies in Alfheim. Until next time, ciao.